Hello. Alright, so this is the new video. This will probably be my last video that I do for a while. I wanted to give you guys about a good week of quality content before I take a little hiatus. I have to do a little soul searching, a trip to say the least. And yeah, so I've enjoyed making these videos. I'm sitting outside in the wind, so forgive me if it's really windy, if it's blowing. I'm trying to block it with my hand here, so I hope that you can hear me. Sitting next to me, of course, is my motorcycle. Motorcycle, say hello. If you notice right here, if you notice right there is my helmet, the Batman helmet. So, all right. So for the last video, we've talked about dreams, we talked about ambition, we talked about tent, we've talked about just different ways of how you can do relationships with Vietnam. Today this is going to be a little bit more of a somber video, I think. I found myself a little bit, I'm not having a good day, I'll just say that, okay? I can't go into details why, but I don't want to give this impression that every day living overseas is just some paradise, right? I was up in the clouds a couple of days ago. I was in winter, the most winter you're ever gonna get on this side of the world, in this region of the world. But yeah, I mean, eventually you have to come back down from the clouds, right? What I face now is, you could say, existential. You could say also the fear of what ifs. That is something that I always struggle with. I meant it when I made that video about going to interview. Hopefully, find that lady next time I go to Thailand that was homeless. See if she'd be willing to tell her story. Ask her how I can help, how we can help as a community, as a people. Just, I don't know. Maybe I don't know exactly what she could benefit from it. Maybe just letting her story be told might, maybe it will spark some kind of fire of hope for her. So I did mean that, and I am gonna do it. So stay tuned for that. Now, there's a thing that they always say, like, don't be so. You can't help others till you've helped yourself, right? I always want to stress you guys, okay? Like, look, YouTube is a glimpse. It is a moment in time, okay? It is a frame of a movie. It's not reality. Don't be fooled by YouTube thinking that people's lives are just amazing and great, or they're happy, or they're living like this and that. Like, I see, I try not to watch other YouTube channels that do traveling, like vlogging, like vlog channels, just because I want to have my own distinct style. That's why I guess I had somebody in the comments give me some advice, like, hey, you shouldn't do shaky cam, and you should do all this. And yeah, I understand, but you gotta understand, the whole reason for my YouTube channel is for me. It helps me through certain things. I'm not trying. I'm not in it to try to be famous. I'm not in it to try to make money. I'm not in it for popularity. I'm in it because I need it. I just need to tell. I need to tell my story. I need to leave a message behind of hope, and that dreams come true, and that this world and people are going to let you down. They're going to hurt you. Even the people that you try everything for, like, very rarely do happy endings. Does his life just end and you just did everything right and everything turns out all right, people change, the world changes, you change. Things get harder. Your health will change, your time will run short, right? So keep in mind these videos, as grateful and amazing as it is to be living on the other side of the world. And when I say living, you know, I just use that as a for lack of words, okay? Am I living? Define living. Do I have a house? You know, am I one step away from being homeless? Am I just kind of bouncing from spot to spot? You know, am I employed? Am I, you know, am I trying to, you know, learn Vietnamese, taking lessons? Well, you guys already know that because I did a video on it. Okay, you know, just remember that, okay? Not everything is what it seems, and sometimes I get the impression that people think that because I try to make a channel based off giving hope, even hope that I myself sometimes lack. I'm not even gonna say sometimes. You want to know a little bit of honesty, a little bit of irony? When it comes to hope, when it comes to thinking that this story of mine, that this world ends with a bottle of champagne and fireworks, like, no. I am pretty convinced that my future is going to be lonely. It's going to be regretful. It's going to be looking back on the past. Yes, there will be some highlights of, look, I never apologized for being who I was. I lived my life the way that I wanted. And I made the best that I could with the time that I had. I think that that's important. I think that that's important, that always be true to yourself. This world expects you to be a certain way. This world will punish you, judge you, and hate you for deviating from, you know, set plan for how you're supposed to live your life. And that becomes more apparent the further away in more countries that I see and more cultures that I experience. It is always, I mean, that is a unifying thing that I notice from culture to culture, is the plan. And it's not for me. Your plans, you know, some of you, when I say you, don't take it as you, the viewer. Just pretend that there's an audience, okay? Pretend that this is a lecture hall, okay? Your plans for, like, what life should be, that I don't want, okay? I don't want. I'm aware of the risk that comes with not following your plans. But at this point in my life, it's too late I don't want to say it's too late, because it's never too late to do anything, but I have a pretty good grasp about who I am, what I want, and it's not too late, but it's I'm too far along in my journey of knowing thyself, okay? So yeah, just keep in mind, YouTube is a glimpse, okay? It is a moment of showing your life, or sharing some kind of knowledge, or trying to inspire others, and that is something that I do that I do enjoy. You know, for somebody who has a lot of disdain for people like myself, you know, if you really knew the depths of disdain that I have for most people, the disconnect that I feel from most people, the lack of inability, my lack of just being able to connect, to talk to you know, to trust, just everybody is a liability. Every stranger, every look, every phone that's being pointed, you know, everything's just a liability. And it's always this calculus in my mind, and it is exhausting. It is exhausting living that way. I think in part these YouTube videos are a way for me just to channel. I think I'm filming my motorcycle talking more than me. I think it's more of a way for me just to channel my thoughts into this moment. I live with fear. And if you ever come and travel this world, right? I thought you would think somebody who traveled to the other side of the world, who's been here for, over, half a decade, will probably never, well, not probably, is never going to go back to, is back to his home, who rides these kind of things, who, you would think that I had mastered all the fear, and in many ways I have, but there's also the fear of this life not completing everything that I need to do before time is up. There's a mission, a quest, a dream. There is there's a reason to all of this, and I don't know what it is yet. I just know that you have to keep pushing yourself for it, and it has gotten hard. I mean, you've seen through the years. I've lost jobs. I've starved. I've been homeless. I've struggled this and that. I'm not gonna get too personal, but I cannot give up. And no matter what the price of it, no matter what the cost of it, if I give up this dream, it discredits this last 5 years of videos, the last 15 years of planning, all the work, all the sacrifice, all the people, who have, supported me. There was very few in the beginning. I don't think many people believed that I would actually be able to. Not many people believe in dreams, I've realized. But, I kind of hope to change that. I hope that I could be an example of even the most damaged, broken, lost, can find redemption. Now, this ain't a pity party. This ain't me trying to sit here and talk about boo-hoo. Like, I look, on the spectrum of suffering, like from being, sitting on some concrete, sleeping on the streets, to, I keep things in perspective, but, yeah, I this channel, my work, this is what I see these videos as. It's like my book, my digital book, my story, and also it is a way for me to talk without having to talk to anybody. It's a way for me to impart experience and knowledge without having to deal with the complexities, the challenges that I face if I was to go in front of a big crowd and be like, hey, here's the wisdom I have to impart onto you. Here are the experiences. And it's also the one thing in my life that I could say that, for better or worse, I'm proud of. Vietnam, out of all the countries you could go to, I praise it so much. I praise it so much. And I will, to the day that I die, tell you that Vietnam is an amazing, once in a lifetime kind of country that you should come experience. I know there's easier ways to do it. Philippines, Thailand, all those countries are in Southeast Asia are easy. They're affordable. Vietnam is a little bit more challenging, the sense of like the visa requirements, the jobs, this or that, the language barrier in some parts of Vietnam, whereas in like the in the Philippines, I think that, a lot more people speak English. But if you're in places like Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Da Nang, which is where all the expats go, there's gonna be a lot of English speakers. But the thing is like it is such an interesting feeling. It was one of my most one of these days I'm gonna make a list of some like the most like enjoyable random things about this experience, and one of them would be experiencing what it is like to be a fish out of water. You take that for granted when you're at your home country in your home city, and you see other people from different countries, and you don't ever think about the challenges they face, the language barrier, understanding our cultures, this and that. Like, imagine when it's you having to do that. Imagine when you're in a crowded room and everybody's talking and you have no idea what's being said, or when you're trying to purchase something, right? And it takes 2 minutes of using Google Translate to try to understand. Oh, what is the price? Oh, I have a question. Where do I find bottled water at? I mean, like little just small things. When you want to order something, like say that you want to order a coffee, but you don't want any sugar, and there's a big line behind you, knowing that that stuff like that, it's a very humbling experience. Now, don't get me wrong, I will never buy into this whole ideology, we'll say, that thankfully is gone, of putting people into categories and I'm part of this and that. Like, no, we're all just people, we're all just humans. Yes, we're from different countries, but there is no, like, I don't separate people by race, gender, creed, religion, sexuality. I don't care about none of that stuff. I think that was all that stuff, thank God is gone now. Humanity, all that stuff is just poison, and I'll never be part of that. But to understand what it's like to be a fish out of water, in the sense of being a Westerner in a country that is not in the West, to be somewhere where my language is not the first one spoken, to be somewhere where the food is something that we don't eat back home. I mean, just learning how to eat in Vietnam. If you're not going to stay in expat bubbles, if you're actually going to live here and immerse yourself here, or in Thailand, or in Cambodia, Laos, wherever you go to, right? Yeah, I guess this could apply for many, but I'm always going to talk about Vietnam because it's my favorite. The smallest, things are, the smallest things take thrice the effort. Thankfully though, let me give you an observation about the Vietnamese people, especially like northern Vietnamese people. They are very kind and respectful though, except for the one, bad experience that I've mentioned in the past. Like, people don't, they're very respectful this is a culture based off respect. They respect, Vietnamese respect elders, they respect, each other, they respect their country. I've never really had many problems with just strangers, treating me different. Maybe say I'm at a coffee place and I'm taking up 5 minutes because I'm trying to order, ask questions. Like, people will wait. Of course, I apologize, but anyways, just remember my videos are never scripted. I know that probably if you want to be successful on YouTube, you probably should script your videos. But I want to appeal to people who just speak what's on their mind during a certain point in their life. And what point in my life am I at? I am 5 years into living overseas. I have been soul searching. I've been trying to find some kind of resolutions or solutions to things. I'm aware of my own mortality. I realize I'm getting old. I feel that I should not take time for granted, if you catch what I mean. If you're wondering what I'm looking at, it's a beautiful day. I sit out here for hours and sometimes I'll read, sometimes I'll just stare off, you know? I challenge you, see how many videos of mine that you can find that you actually see me with people. When you live a life like mine, you really learn to make up your own, you not make up your own characters in your mind, but like for example, my motorcycle has to become like a friend to me, right? It pretty much is. I pretty much talk to it like, hey girl, you ready to go for a ride? You know? I'm very tired. I can't sleep. But I also know that we have maybe one more month of this, of gray skies, of cold weather. Cold, you know, when I say that, I mean cold for, you know, this area of the world. You know, sometimes I wonder, what would it be like to live in that mirror? You see how the reflection there? Now what if we were to reverse and we were living in the reflection and this was, you know, what would that be like? What if we are living in there? And it's just, yeah, what if that is a different dimension? And I'm just talking crazy. Like I said, I can't sleep. Since this is going to be my last video for a little bit, when I say a little bit, I don't know exactly. It might be just a couple of days, might be a week. I've released so much content lately that the algorithm can't catch up. Literally, like I have videos that people haven't even checked out yet because I was uploading daily. I like to do that, you know, periodically to just show that I'm trying my best to keep the dream alive. I am tired though. I'm tired. I found out that there's a new country that Americans could go to visa free. It is a really cool one. I forget what was it. So there's a whole. Recently, a lot of countries have been doing visa free things for Americans. I really want to go to Russia. I really just I've always loved Russia. Its culture, its people, its history, its its weather. But there's like these travel warnings about going right now because of the the conflict and all that, which is it's sad because I actually know some people that were teachers. I think that it would be a really unique and amazing experience to you know be in Russia. I have nothing but the utmost love for the Russian, for Russia, the Russian people, and I'll just leave it at that. I probably should try to lay down, take a nap. I just, I guess I wanted to say goodbye. Give you one more long last video. I sit out here for hours and it's just you are you're here with me to experience this with me, right? People always think that traveling the world is showing off all these fancy spots with their selfie sticks and walking around busy streets, and this is like, but there's the quiet moments just like this. This is what it's like to live overseas. The quiet moments where you're just you, your motorcycle, your Batman helmet, the wind on your face, the gray of the clouds. So we're gonna talk for 3 more minutes. We'll end this video at 30 minutes. Or 30 minutes. So in summary, we'll talk about some random things that I hope, okay? I'm very interested in Captain America Brave New World. I do not believe that Falcon should have been Captain America. I didn't believe that it should have been Bucky. It should have been a redemption arc about, even your past mistakes, that you can atone from them and still be a hero. I think that by turning Falcon into Captain America, it kept the whole fun. All right, you gotta think of fun. All right, these movies, you gotta have a little bit of fun, and having just another Iron Man suit is not fun. Super Soldier, yes, that is a little bit fun because it's, I don't know, maybe it's, of course, it's just my opinion. But watching Steve Rogers navigate both his moral compass and the complexities of how he deals with the government and Hydra, and how he's able to, I think he's better at geometry than Spider-Man. When he's able to throw his shield and somehow defy the laws of physics. There's no way. It's a suspension of belief seeing Sam Wilson throw that shield as powerful as Cap does. And those wings are just goofy. And now he's using vibranium tech and tech from Wakanda to compensate for not taking the super soldier. It's just, we all know it should have went to Bucky. Bucky is his best friend. Is always, he sacrificed everything in the Winter Soldier for his best friend. He was willing to give up his life. You tell me he wouldn't pass on that shield? Come on. I also want to see Nosferatu. It's on Amazon, but I don't have it, so maybe one day I'll find a way to see Nosferatu. Besides that, 15 seconds more. I think I will go have a bowl of pho. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Wish me luck on this next challenge. And again, thank you. And almost to 800 subscribers. So I can't believe in 1 week it seemed like I went from like 550 subscribers to like 740 now. It's just crazy. It just blew. It's just the channel just, and I'm very thankful. I don't know what I did or why the videos suddenly started getting an audience, but it's I'm thankful. It's I don't know how to react to it. It's a interesting feeling when people, for whatever reasons they have, listen to what you or watch what you show. Even there's a lot of trolls, and just so you know, if you leave a troll comment, like I have, you just get auto blocked. I have the automatic moderator on, so if you leave anything like hateful or disrespectful, like your comment doesn't, I don't even see it. It gets blocked. You get shadow banned. Um, and yeah, you keep your comments positive. My channel will always be a place of treating people with respect, being positive. And if you don't like me, well then I don't care. Kick rocks. You're not gonna bother me by hating. All right, guys. I guess this is goodbye. You ready? Okay. Life is interesting. Life is interesting. I thank you guys for making it interesting. For me. And yeah, no more stalling. That's right. Bye.